And good morning, lovely people. I am Mark here with Saturday Morning Cartoons, along with my fantastic co-hosts Rose and Jerome. We are here to go back into your past. And for comment here, this has no sound attached to it at all. So that's why you weren't.
That's why there's no sound. Okay,
that's why I'm thinking, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, this one doesn't have any sound at all. And if you joined us yesterday and saw that one came with sound. So at some point I'll add sound to the Saturday morning cartoon. That's out 30 seconds. Juan, how are you doing? Juan Suarez, by the way, will be our next guest here on Saturday morning cartoons. Nice to see you here, buddy. I know you don't. Yeah, I know you're not a dog, but that's okay. I'm sure that's probably your pooch. So good morning, buddy. Cute. Can't wait to have you on and show us your past to the Saturday morning cartoon. This is Saturday morning cartoons. Each and every Saturday morning, what we do is we share cartoons from our era of growing up as children and as an adult, because I still watch cartoons regardless. And
hey, I went and saw Lightyear. Okay.
Hey, I saw Lightyear too. Your score? What's your score?
I'm going to give it about a 6.5 to 7. It wasn't great. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it was fun.
I think I gave it, I can't remember what my review was, but I think I gave it about a 7.5, maybe a 7. So I know it wasn't a 7. I think I had a fraction in it. So 7.5. Yes. I thoroughly enjoyed Lightyear. And that, in fact, is based on CGI movie Toy Story. And I found it very enjoyable. There's a bunch of stuff that's on that I hasn't catch up. I haven't even finished out this seasons of Young Justice. Good God, man.
Good Lord.
It's so
my son loved it. My son loved it. He would get up at 4:30 in the morning every Thursday morning and watch it.
Oh, right. That's dedication.
Yeah, no, I was a Young Justice fan in the early days all the way up. And then when they moved it, it's like, oh, man, you're on HBO Max. I don't have HBO Max, so I got HBO Max. But cartoons. Now, we're going to go ahead and chastise our co-host, Rosemary Rose, here on that, because typically when Jerome has the intelligence to supply me with some sort of synopsis of what he's doing, Rose never does. So what I've done in the promotion of this show, I made absolutely sure that people realize that going to the circus meant that we were going to see Jonny Quest stuff. So since Rose is here to defend herself, and before I press that Jonny Quest button, I'm going to allow her to explain to the audience here why she did not provide me with the synopsis. Rose, go.
I've been busy. I've been out of town 3 weekends in a row. I'm burned out, and I'm sorry. I should have given you something. I ended up writing my own blurb after you chastised me with your very long and engaging Jonny Quest post.
Yes.
So,
you should have just handed it to Rachel. She's not going to school anymore.
That's true.
It's long story. She's just not doing much of anything right now. But
you have an inbuilt secretary there. That's what you're supposed to do with your kids after they haven't gotten a job yet. You put them to work.
Yeah.
You know, you
You
put
know,
it
there's
in work.
all those chores that you've been meaning to get. You know, looks like that wall behind you needs a good coat of paint.
I need lots of work done, and I doubt they're going to do anything. So,
Okay.
but,
Yeah. Well, look, I'm tired. I think I've been on that planet forever. The one behind you there, and I'm ready to get off. So, you know, when you're ready to change
you
that,
know what we hope to have like a new studio kind of soon. But you know, it's going to take a little bit of time. We've got a hoarder room as well, Mark. It's you know, so we got to like work it out. But
yes. The future of the Saturday morning cartoon studios will be coming soon. 2023.
All of us have been like moving around and trying to clean up, and it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
All right, look,
hey, listen, I moved to a whole new house so I could have a Saturday morning cartoon studio.
Yeah, good grief, man. That makes a great studio, you know. I mean, but look, I gave you the platform to explain this to us, and you haven't done it yet, so we're waiting.
Oh, okay. I thought I was defending myself against your Jonny Quest rant. Okay,
you lost. You failed this now.
Step right up. I like to come up with themes, and I thought about an old show that I grew up seeing. It was only one season, and it's always kind of stuck in the back of my mind. And that's actually going to be the last clip. But it gave me the idea of doing a circus-themed Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay.
So, so just reach back and you know, the thing about the circus is circus is kind of dead now. You know, there's no more circus. But back in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, especially during that time, it was a form of entertainment, especially before television. People would go to the circus when the circus came to town. All the kids, you know, went crazy to go see the circus.
Ringling Brothers.
I remember my parents taking me a couple of times to Ringling Brothers. It must have always been in the summer because I always remember just feeling like lousy, like physically lousy.
You know,
when I was a kid.
You know, that if kids would run away, would say they were going to run away from home and join the circus.
Absolutely. So, like I said, there was a show that kind of creeped me out a little bit that I watched in 1982. And that's going to be our last clip that actually gave me the inspiration for this. So I picked out some really interesting cartoons that were circus themed. It wasn't hard to find because in the 1940s and 50s, circuses were a big deal. So a lot of these are going to be kind of classic. And we're actually going to start off with a real oldie but goodie. March 16th, 1964. The Fleischer Company Studios, they put out The Man on the Flying Trapeze. It was actually the 8th Popeye cartoon. So let's go ahead and
okay. Before we do that, this is disturbing. Okay, this is the whole cartoon is just freaking disturbing. And when I watch this clip, because I've forgotten completely about this cartoon, although I do remember it, I just had to be reminded of it. This is freaking disturbing. Nobody stands like that. Okay.
He's actually based on some kind of trapeze artist from the 1930s. He's
got better looking thighs than I have, and that's you know.
Yeah, but he's got no knees.
Well, yeah, that's from running into the hole, the trapeze. Never mind. Okay, so do you want me to play this now, or
yeah, go and play. It's The Man on the Flying Trapeze. Go ahead and run it.
Man on the Flying Trapeze, you say?
I go through the air with the greatest of ease, a daring young man on the flying trapeze. My movements so graceful, old girl tries to please, and my love he has taken away.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Do it! Do it! Do it! My hero. He's got swagger. Oh. Okay. All of this
Did she get taller as they were pulling her?
Look, all of this anatomically correct, defying the laws of physics crap. I believed when I was a kid. I believed it. I knew I could do that.
I think she got taller a couple of
times. Oh, she's so stretchy, you know?
Yeah.
I love a woman with legs. Yeah.
I kind of like these older Popeye cartoons a little bit better than the newer stuff, you know?
It's so much sillier.
Look at that. Yeah. Look, Ma, no gravity. Oh, okay.
So that's our first one.
And no net too.
Yeah, no
we're going to move on to the next one, which was a 1949 animated short produced by David Hand Productions. This was out of the UK, actually. Ginger Nuts Christmas Circus. It was
not touching it. Not touching it. I'm not touching that at all. Oh no, I'm sorry.
It was based on an Animal Land series, and I think this must have been UK. But I've seen this cartoon before, and you can find it on various Christmas DVDs. I actually thought it was kind of cute. Really, it was hard for me to actually get the clip I wanted from it because it's just really good. You can find the whole thing on YouTube. So go ahead and play Ginger Nuts. Christmas Circus.
Yeah, I passed.
Okay, we're being such kids.
Indeed I have. 2.
Show him, come on, show him. Indeed he has 2. Has 2, get it? 2, get it? Pussies. Don't look much like cats to me. Pussies, cats, get it?
Okay.
So basically, the whole cartoon is about that. It's about that weasel in the background wanting to get into the circus, but they deny him his ticket for whatever reason, or he doesn't have a ticket. So he goes. He's trying to sneak into the circus. Meanwhile, they have every act that they have, which it goes on for a while. They've got this, parrot that just like mocks every act that comes along.
He's heckling the whole act.
How did you find this? My God.
YouTube search for Cartoon Circus.
Oh, really? Okay. Right.
I was kind of hoping Terry would be on here because maybe he's familiar with this Animal Land series. He still owes us a show about Ireland.
He does. Unfortunately, Terry's father recently passed.
That's true.
I think he's in the middle of dealing with that. And we
my condolences to him.
We at the Cartoon Crew send out our
once again. Yeah, our condolences once again to you, Terry. Okay, go ahead, Rose.
So we're gonna move on to the third one, and this one I really kind of liked because I think it really encapsulates what kids felt like going to the circus back in the 1940s and 50s. It's a Terry tune that played in theaters in 1942 called Happy Circus Days. A lot of people put down Terry tunes because it was like low quality animation, but this particular one is actually considered one of the better Terry tunes. Go ahead and run part of that, Mark.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, step this way. See the greatest show on earth, right inside the big tent. In there you will see Gigantica, the largest ape in the world, taller than the Empire State Building.
How tall are you, Gigantica?
You said I'm taller than anybody.
Just so big.
Also on the inside you will see the famous skating jackass, the only one of its kind in captivity.
There's so many jokes on that one.
It is. I think he's just horsing around.
I know some politicians like this.
Bunch of clowns. Yeah.
And also skating jackasses.
Yeah.
I love the eyes.
I get the side eye all the time. Uh-oh. That's it, huh?
Yeah, it's a very long cartoon. It starts out with the kid waking up and he sees the whole circus coming to town.
Yeah.
They used to do that when they would they would make like a big show of coming in, and
sure.
you don't have that anymore. I vaguely remember that when I was really young.
There's a movie, I think it's called The Greatest Show on Earth.
Yes,
follows the life. Yeah, follows the life of the circus folk, and coming in and putting up the big top and all that.
Yep, I love that movie. That's one of my favorites. It's a really cool movie.
So that's another one. You can find the whole thing on YouTube. So now we're going to get into some familiar characters now. I mean, you all know Popeye, but Tweety and Sylvester. They're a household name.
Who?
And in June 4th of 1955, they did their own circus story called Tweety Circus. And let's go ahead and run that clip. This was Chuck Jones. Nope. I'm sorry. Fritz Freeling's.
Fritz Freeling. Yeah, sure.
A circus? Suffering succotash. I love circuses. Oh, boy. Pink lemonade, cotton candy, peanuts. Well, I must be early. No one's here yet. Meow, meow. Lion, king of the cats. King of the cats, eh? Well, you're not my king. You want to be king, eh? Okay, king, I'm crowning you. Camel, elephant, tiger, a Tweety bird. A Tweety bird?
I thought I saw a putty cat. I did see a putty cat.
Oh man, I want to see the lion finalize his revenge.
He crowned the lion.
Every time in these early Sylvester and Tweety Bird cartoons, he never remembers who Tweety is. It's just like, oh, look, there's a, it's like, hey, I've been in like 4 other cartoons with you so far.
That happens off scene. Tweety's actually an alcoholic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he takes off his suit and he's skinny like a rooster.
I mean, come on, didn't you see Roger Rabbit?
What I liked about this cartoon is he uses his catchphrase "suffering succotash."
Man, my house would be drenched if I went around talking like that.
Let me tell you something. Because of that, I actually tried succotash as a kid. We were at the store, and I told my mom, you got to buy this because I got to try it.
I hated succotash, and my mother fed it to us, and I just absolutely hated succotash.
Yeah, it's lima beans and corn, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got red. What is that? Some peppers in it, not hot.
It's basically lima beans and corn.
Yeah, lima beans and corn is horrible, and I hate lima beans.
I
I
despise
don't like lima beans either, but I would eat them because they were. If it was succotash, I would eat them. If it was plain lima beans, I wouldn't eat it. But if it was succotash, I'd eat it because of Sylvester. This is the crazy way kids think.
It's a good point. It's a good point because I think that's how I got through succotash that I didn't want to eat in the first place. Is because the corn kind of covered up most of the taste of the lima beans by itself. Yeah,
lots and lots of butter.
Yeah, oh, that's true. That's true. I'm telling
my
you,
arteries started clogging when I was like 9 or 10. You know,
hey, lima beans and peas are the devil's invention. Okay? They are the devil's invention. Lima beans and peas. I'm telling you now.
That's if you've been bad and somebody's trying to torment you.
Oh my God, man! Okay. Once again,
did you see Cheryl's thing about how she was 12 years old and wanted to be in the circus?
Yeah, see, we could have knew a circus person if she followed through on her threat, but she did not. So Cheryl's a coward. Simple as that.
No, her dad talked her out of it.
You're a coward.
Her dad was very persuasive.
You could have been in one of those tight suits above my head going the track. You could have been with Popeye. You screwed up.
But she doesn't look like olive oil.
Well, thank God. Cheryl doesn't look like olive oil.
Cheryl's got bones.
Do you remember that there's a town here in Florida where like a lot of the circus people would stay off season?
Yep.
Yeah, St. Petersburg. No. Sarasota. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sarasota. Yeah.
Sarasota. Yeah, because they have a Ringling Brothers Museum. It's literally the opposite side of my favorite beach. But I've actually never been. I've never been to that.
Well, I guess you better go now, Hadji.
I guess I better go.
I really want to go up there. I've been up to the fairgrounds up there where they used to do the medieval fair there. They don't do it anymore.
Oh wow!
But I never got a chance to actually go to the to the circus museum. I'd really like to do that. That would be a nice little day trip, I think.
Yes. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to meet up and
road trip.
Look at that road trip and
Circus
go
World. I forgot about Circus World, Cheryl. But yes, that was a thing. Yes,
it was in Plant City, I think, not far from where I live.
When you're like heading up to Orlando. Yeah.
Yes, it's Plant City. Yes, it's not far from here. It's about a 45-minute drive maybe from here. Yeah.
I don't think it exists anymore though.
I don't think so either. I don't think.
But it was a big thing in the 70s and 80s. I remember Circus World for sure.
Cara wants to fly out to Vegas and go to Circus.
I've stayed there. What a dump.
Really? but
it's one of the.
But it had James Bond.
It's just old. That's all I'm saying. When I call it a dump, it's one of the original hotels.
If I ever get money to go to Vegas, I'm going when the Star Trek convention's there in town. I'd like to see that.
I'm hearing I just heard a backup horn outside my house. You know.
Are you expecting furniture?
Not yet, but believe me, once I finish with my hoarder room, the rest of the house is next. I'm just warning you, house. All right, what you got, girl?
So, okay, we're going to go to something that I found. I actually found it a little bit disturbing, okay? Bozo the Clown was a huge, everybody knows who Bozo the Clown is, or you should.
Yeah.
A huge series in the I think, late 50s, early 60s.
He's got big feet.
During the Bozo the Clown show, they would have a cartoon of Bozo, okay? And this one I found, I was just kind of like, I couldn't believe that they actually showed this kind of stuff in an episode. 1962, season 3, it's called the Four Flusher Gusher, okay? Bozo inherits some land. I think it's in Texas somewhere, and it's these people try to rob him and try to find out oil wells. Anyway, go ahead and play it. I found it very bizarre.
Greetings and salutations, Clowny.
And a happy anniversary to you.
Thanks, Clowny. You see, we're big game hunters, and we lost our hound dog.
Yeah, how's about renting us your Poochie? Poochie? That's a dog's name. Sorry, sir. I never let Sniffer out for a leash.
Never?
Will. Hardly never.
Okay, it's a deal. You take a walk and we take the dog.
Huh?
Now hand him over, see?
Dog nappers! Please! Help!
Pipe down, clown, or I'll fill your clown suit so full of holes, you'll look like a leaky pizza.
I better take my fortified dog bone with the formula XYZ3 and become super sniffer. No find 'em oil well, or no eat 'em dog bone. Please, sir, climb up and get me my bone.
Yeah, we'll shinny up the shack and get your bone back, including Clowny here. But first, you gotta find us some nice gooey oil.
Oh, you're nice peoples.
What did I just watch?
Yes, exactly.
You watched a Bozo the Clown cartoon. I remember these.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you've got threats of death.
They got a gun in the nose.
It was kind of disturbing.
Bondage or kidnapping, hostage taking.
This is for little children.
Oh yeah, this was great stuff as kids.
All righty.
So I didn't know that dogs could sniff out oil for one, which and that voice of that dog sounded a lot like Droopy, and I don't know if that was the same voice actor, but it probably
was.
Probably.
But yeah, so that was Bozo the Clown, and you can't have a circus show without having Bozo. Okay,
right?
So
that's true.
That
you know what they say. You know what they say.
Creepy.
Yeah, you know what they say about clowns with big feet, right?
They have hair.
Okay.
It's all in the shoes.
It's all in the shoes.
So we're gonna move on to a cartoon that used to run ad nauseum when I was a kid. This is one of my dad's favorite cartoons for some strange reason. He always got a kick out of this. And it's a cartoon by Tex Avery. I think they used to play it a lot during
I love this one too.
Yeah. This one is classic. I think they played it during a lot of Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Because it's Tex Avery, and it's called The Flea Circus, and it came out in 1954. So go ahead and play that clip.
I love this one. Watch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now play for you the Unfinished Symphony.
Okay.
I thank you.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling, Clementine, ha, ha, ha. You are lost and gone forever, oh, my darling.
More. Oh, that's all of it.
You know what happens? That they run away to get onto a dog. They, all the fleas, try to escape.
Yeah, because it says no dogs at the beginning of the flea circus.
So,
I remember. As a kid, when I was a kid, I actually wanted to go to one of these flea circuses, and I didn't realize what the joke was until I was much older.
Yeah. Take me to a flea circus. I mean, we were never that gullible when we were children, were we?
Yes, we were. Yes.
They used to sell flea circuses at this swap meet we would go to when I was growing up.
That's where you got your fleas from.
Yeah.
The flea market. Yeah.
No, flea market. It just completely nuts. Whoever came up with this idea this cartoon was very inventive and very cute.
I agree.
So I guess that's why they like to play it so much.
Wait a minute, Jerome needs to say something. Go ahead, Jerome.
Go ahead, Jerome.
But Rose got fleeced.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was great. I love that that flea bit, that flea bit. See what I did there? Okay. All right.
What a flea bit joke.
Jennifer says she has a vintage flying flea circus toy. What? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wait a minute. That doesn't. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I want to see pictures of this. She better send us pictures.
Wait a minute. Were the employees included?
Well, they were little tiny ones, so it was a small payroll.
Oh, okay. All right. I think they need a raise anyway. Okay. Oh, wow. All right.
Bunch of bloodsuckers.
Ooh.
So we're ripping through this list. It's just like sometimes you have it and it lasts forever. You don't have enough, but we're gonna move forward.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Tom and Jerry, they also went to the circus, and this one's pretty cute. This is Jerry Go Round, and it came out in April 4th of 1966.
Probably jerry rigged.
Yes.
No.
So Jerry ends up getting into some trouble, but he has a protector in this one that he finds unexpectedly at a circus. So go ahead and run that clip.
That's impossible.
Oh no. There we go. Got it going after the wall.
Oh, it stopped right there. Oh my God.
Stop.
Somebody save the elephant.
So of course she catches Jerry. She is so protective of him, and it's so sweet throughout the whole thing.
I thought elephants were afraid of mice.
Yeah, you know what? I thought about that this morning too. But in this one, she treats him like that's her little baby. So,
oh, that's so cute. I thought that was.
I really kind of liked this one, and I'm not a big Jerry fan. I'm more of a Tom fan. But I just thought this episode was really, really kind of cute.
Yeah.
Later on, they did. Yeah, this is from a different, the newer Tom and Jerry's.
Well, you can tell the difference by the art style.
Yeah.
The one we just watched looked very 70s.
Yes.
Yeah, that was that. I'd like to know which era it was. It seems like one of the earlier Tom and Jerry's back in
the one you
showed. But Jerry changed over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
But the big thing about what you can tell is watch the backgrounds.
Yeah.
On all the cartoons, and you
that looked
can
like
see
it might have been a 70s one.
Yeah. The backgrounds are the key on dating some of these cartoons.
Right.
Yeah, because there's usually static backgrounds.
Yeah.
It looked kind of stiff. Get it? Sorry.
So we're gonna bring up the next guy. We don't talk about him a lot, but I'm really glad I found this clip. It's Snagglepuss. He's a secondary character who's been around for a long time.
But he established a very well-known phrase.
Exit
yes,
stage
he
left.
Did.
Laughing
Yes,
all the
he
way.
did. He first premiered on the Deputy
Dog.
Deputy Dog.
Yeah. Quick Draw McGraw. Yeah. Okay.
Quick Draw McGraw, and then he was later in the father and son one.
Augie Doggy.
Doggy Doggy.
Yeah.
He finally got his own segment in the Yogi Bear show when it finally premiered.
Oh, cool.
And this is from that set of shows. It came out in 1961. So go ahead and play this clip where Snagglepuss is part of the circus.
Out of town, and the animals were settling down to sleep. All except one called Snagglepuss.
Oh, would that I were free, unfettered and uncaged. To think that I, king of the jungle, should be so lowly treated. Besides, the food is abominable. But hark! Or is it hurt? The cage door is open. Ajar even. What a chintzy outfit. Can't even afford a lock. So exit. Stage left. Ah, freedom at last. It calls for a majestic lion roar of joy. Cheer even. Growl. My roar hinges are a little rusty, but my appetite is still sharp, and my faithful nostrils tell me there's food about. Heavens to Betsy!
It's a pie.
He is so metrosexual, you know. Good God. And you know, if you notice, he said exit stage left, but he went to his right.
And that's exactly correct.
Yeah. He went to his right.
When you say stage left and right, it's how your audience is looking.
Yes, it is our left. Correct. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, in that episode, he ends up going to be on a college football team because he heard there's sheepskins there, and where there's sheepskins, there's sheep. There's got to be sheep.
That's where you go to get your sheepskin. I get it. Oh my God,
that was good. I love Snagglepuss. You know, because you either get him where he's clueless, or he outthinks everybody as this more sophisticated individual.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
There was no happy medium with Snagglepuss.
Right. There isn't,
Yeah.
but that was one of the
I like
classic-
Snagglepuss a lot, so I was glad I was able to get that one.
one of the classic Hanna-Barbera characters there.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
speaking
wait a
of
minute.
Hanna-Barbera, we're gonna go into the most well-known.
Wait a minute.
What?
Say hello to Barbara.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Who's Barbara?
Hey, Barbara.
Look,
Hey,
right
Barbara. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's my friend, Barbara. Hey,
There you go.
sweetie. Hi, sweetheart. It's so good to see you. So good that you popped up. And yes, I know you've been in Italy. I've been looking at all your photos, and I'm so freaking jealous. Barbara is an incredible singer. She sings with a group, a trio or a duet. I don't know how many, with her man over there. I'm so jealous of you. Over there, but thank you for tuning in from Italy. That's fantastic. You know, we get the international guest here, and you're still there, Barbara. Okay, don't rub it in, Barbara. Come home. I know Barbara's sister, but that's fantastic. So now, Barbara, you got to watch this because you can relate to this. Rose is about to get into probably the most famous of them all. So go ahead, Rose.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the most famous Hanna-Barbera cartoon that probably came out, and that is, of course, Scooby-Doo. Okay, and this is the first season. This episode used to scare the heck out of me when I was a kid, and because I for the first time, really, and probably maybe one of the few times, the gang's in actual danger. Okay,
Yes.
Scooby, they are doing their traveling along.
Scooby,
Find out
you're in
that there's-
danger, girl.
They run out into they run into this guy on a bicycle who's running away from the circus because everybody's left because it's haunted and there's a ghost clown there. Well, what they don't know is that this ghost clown, who's very maniacal, he has the power of hypnosis, and he puts the gang, a few of them, in some real hairy situations. So let's go ahead and play that. This is probably my favorite episode of the first season for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good episode.
Bedlam at the Big Top.
Oh my goodness. Okay, We love Scooby-Doo here on this show. Scooby-Doo is one of our top programs that we like to dwell on, and there's good reason why, and here's one of them.
Watch the pretty coin of gold, and you will do what you are told. You are brave, and that's a fact. You will do the high wire act.
Don't do it, Scooby. Don't do it.
Scooby-Doo! Where are you? Scooby-Doo! Where are you? No sign of him. Let's check in this tent.
It's the big top. Look at all the trapeze stuff.
I love Velma.
He doesn't.
I love
Scooby!
the soundtrack.
And look at what he's doing!
Great music. Great music.
Scooby, get down. He acts like he's in a trance.
He did it!
Animal abuse.
Where did he learn to do that?
Come on, Shaggy. We've got to stop him. Quick, grab this trampoline. Let's get it under Scooby. Now you stay here and try to catch him, and I'll go up and try to help him.
Okay.
I'm coming, Scooby-Doo.
The power of the ghost clown is great. It's time for that silly dog.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop it because immediately I was thinking the power of God compels you. The power of God compels you.
To wake. You shall not work in this circus.
Huh? Where am I?
Scooby, be careful. You're on the trapeze wire.
Go, Velma.
All right. Oh.
Look at his leg.
Hey, Scooby-Doo!
Well, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, hug a wire.
So of course he is safe. He's saved. But this episode, I love it. It's check it out if you can. If you haven't seen it.
There were so many dark avenues they could have gone down on that episode.
All right, that episode came out in 1969. Raise your hands if you were around in 1969.
Not yet. No, not yet.
Rose, you have no idea what you've been missing. I mean,
they played this. They played this every afternoon when I got home.
She's right. They played this all the time.
Like twice a month.
You caught the reruns. You caught the reruns. I was actually old enough to see it live.
Well, unfortunately, I did not get to see it live. But you know what? Everybody can still see it because it's available. And I suggest that first season's really awesome. So
yeah, I have it on DVD, and I've gotten Gwen to watch it, and she loves the first season of Scooby.
This bad guy is so well known that I've ended up buying. I bought a pop of him. They actually did a Funko Pop of him, and they did like a set. Like I have an action figure set.
You mean the clown? There's a Funko of this clown.
There's a Funko of the clown.
Yeah, they did a bunch of villains a couple of years back. I got a few of them. I got the Ghost, and I've got that
the
one.
most popular is the Creeper.
The Creeper, and also the and it's in the beginning credits. The diver, the deep sea diver helmet, glowing deep sea divers.
That's a good episode too.
It is a very good episode, man. I love Scooby-Doo so much, man. It's so, oh my God, it was popping. But unfortunately, we have to leave Scooby-Doo and go on to your next one.
Yeah. So the next one, okay. Let me talk a little bit about Yogi's gang. Yogi's gang, I think, came after Yogi's arc. They were both like around the same time. This is not the correct year on this because I know that Yogi's gang was in the 70s. Okay, so that's not right. So the whole thing about Yogi's gang and Yogi's arc is there's this group of bad guys that they're going after. And this episode, it was hard for me to find information on because it wasn't named Circus something. It was actually called the Envy Brothers.
Right.
And thanks for dropping in.
Hey, bring me some pasta. No, bring the wine.
Forget the pasta. Bring us back some bottles of wine.
Hey, don't forget the cannoli.
Leave the gun.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Rose.
That's all right. That's
Barbara's
pretty cool.
fault.
Yogi ends up trying to help out this circus, and the gang is all there trying to revive the circus. But there's a couple of guys called the Envy Brothers who try to make trouble by making them jealous of each other. I don't know if I actually have that particular clip, but the clip I picked is a clip I liked. So go ahead and roll
You said they were called the Envy Brothers?
Yeah, the Envy Brothers are the bad guys for this
I see.
to make everybody envious of each other.
Okay, I'm not jealous. Here we go.
Yay, ladies and gentlemen! Welcome to the Barn Swallow Circus Benefit. May I direct your attention to the center ring, where you'll see the ferocious Lippy the Lion and his fearless trainer, Hadji.
Oh my God!
How am I doing, old chum?
Oh dear, just dandy, Lippy. Here we go again.
Great.
Watch it, Hardy. Don't get carried away. Watch it. That was close. And now for a grand finale. Lippy the Lion does his famous one-paw handstand. I tell you, watch how close you come with that whip, Hardy.
Sorry, old buddy.
Look at that.
And
That's
the next
terrible.
ring, a sight that's rare. Our trick motorcycling Boo Boo Bear.
Oh no, Boo Boo's on a motorcycle. Oh God.
Got to stop.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, but how?
I can hear you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, high above your heads is Magilla Gorilla.
Yay!
Isn't this how they got Robin's parents? They took out the trapeze?
Yeah, they took out the gorilla. Yeah, that's how they got Robin.
I thought it was they took out the trapeze.
Yeah.
Boy, how I envy those people on the ground. Oh, no, I don't. I belong up here.
Yay!
You gotta love that static audience.
Yay! It's from Bullwinkle. You know, hey, they're saved. Yay! Thanks, Mike, for the tip. I knew this was a 70s cartoon by looking at the style of it. And that was 73, he said.
Yeah, the information I had said 63. They were a decade off. Ooh, I knew it wasn't 60s because the 60s art style was so much different.
Yeah, it was definitely 73.
So that's Yogi's gang and their circus outing. See, so yeah, it's just like I was trying to find. I thought that the Flintstones did the circus. I couldn't find anything. It's really hard to find.
Yeah, it's getting hard to find clips.
I don't recall, but could be. I mean,
So, but that takes us down to my last clip, and I want to just preface it. Back in the 1980s, they used to do, besides cartoons on Saturday morning, they sometimes would do these really early morning shows that were live action. And this one you never really hear about. And it's called Mr. Moon's Magic Circus. It was on in 1982. I believe it was on NBC. I could find little to no information about it. So if anybody remembers Mr. Moon's Magic Circus, let me know.
Was this syndicated or was it on a network?
I think it was NBC. I think it was on NBC.
But
you can find it on Amazon, but it's like the description, you can't really find much description on it. I know it was only one season from 82 to 83. And it was about this guy named Mr. Moon and his friends, and they always had some kind of like life lesson, in the circus. Okay. And it was like Mr. Moon's Magic Circus. Anyway, I could only find one clip.
Well, there's a couple I'm seeing right now.
Well, I only could locate one on.
There was an ending.
YouTube. The ending, yep.
Right. There's also the title song.
So yeah. So why don't we go ahead and play that clip, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
This was my best birthday ever. And not because I just had a birthday. I realized I like being a clown after all, even with its ups and downs. It's fun to imagine yourself with someone else when things aren't going right. But everybody has problems, no matter who they are. So when you get right down to it, there's nobody quite as good as yourself. So I'll keep being me, and you keep being you, and I hope you come back to the Magic Circus real soon. Bye-bye. See you later.
Wow.
I'm horrified.
What is the most extraordinary circus in the land? What is the most extraordinary troupe to beat the band? Who do you think can make you laugh with just a big balloon? Don't you know he goes by the name of Mr. Moon? It's Mr. Moon's Magic Circus. Mr. Moon's Magic Circus. Anyone who wants to have fun, run to the Magic Circus. We have a mighty muscle man who's stronger than them all. We have a tiger and a lady with a crystal ball. We have a leader of the music and a chimpanzee. Plus a clown, why who do you think it is?
It's me!
It's Mr. Moon's Magic Circus. Mr. Moon's Magic Circus. Anyone who wants to have fun, run to the Magic Circus.
Wow, that's kind of...
Yeah, our audience seems to love it. So I think we should play this probably.
This tells us much about our audience.
And well, this is how much I love my audience.
This was my best birthday ever, and not because I just had a birthday.
He always ended with "see you later" every time. No, it was actually filmed in Hollywood. It was that I did discover. It was filmed on the Hollywood lot.
You know what's interesting? This text, the font looks so familiar, as if I've seen it on some other show. And
probably.
You ever hear of the Hudson brothers?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the first thing that kind of came to my mind when I saw the font, not even the guy in here who I kind of think is creepy.
No, he's a lot
I think
creepy.
that's why it only lasted one season. But
Yeah.
I distinctly remember I was probably 10 years old, 10 or 11 watching this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry because I've never seen this. And, I'm always checking the schedules back when we were growing up, on what's coming up for September, the new cartoons in September. And I don't recall ever seeing this on any schedule or advertised, on the Friday night preview nights for a Saturday morning. That's kind of creepy,
Yeah, it was that creepiness that gave me the idea for the theme for this week because I'm like, we've never done Mr. Moon, and I'm like, well, why don't we just do a whole, circus thing,
Yeah.
And,
CBS.
I was scared of clowns.
That's why that looks familiar. Look in the upper right corner of this picture.
It's seen on CBS.
Oh, CBS. Okay.
CBS. So, and Hudson Brothers was on CBS.
Yeah.
So
see, and for whatever reason, I thought it was on NBC. That's weird. But
Yeah,
like I said, I could find very little information.
That font looks so familiar. That font looks so familiar. So look, we're not going to punish you this weekend for giving this collection of psychotic. Everybody knows the circus is creepy. There's everything behind it. I mean, you got dwarves, you got bearded women, you got clowns,
strongman.
Well,
strongman.
I think we did an America Horror Story just based on the circus at one point.
No,
I think
no,
they did that.
Look. I know you're a horror fan, okay, and with your horror. Whatever, and that's all well and fine. I prefer to stick with just regular cartoons. I will put up with Scooby-Doo, without a doubt. I will put up with Funky Phantom, okay, without a doubt. I'll put up with cartoons that have some sort of supernatural background to it, okay? But you just do your horror on your show, which speaking of, you got something coming up. I'll let you go ahead and end this show, but we're going to talk about what you got on the backside.
Okay, so tonight we were going to do Degrassi Junior High from Canada, and it was on PBS. But we decided Rachel wanted to do a Pride Month special, so we're going to put Degrassi on the back burner. We're going to talk about characters from some of her favorites and some of mine, and a little bit of history about LGBTQ plus on television. So that's tonight at 7. And please join us. It should be an interesting show. I don't know for sure exactly what character she's coming up with, but I think hers is going to be more on the cartoon side, and mine's going to be more in the, real side of
live action,
actual people, actual characters on series. But please join us. It should be interesting.
Always a good show. Always a good show when you guys do it.
Yep, Rose's the reactions. You guys educate me when I watch it. So if you guys make sure you watch, if you're not doing anything pressing at 7 p.m. This evening, pop in tonight and comment like most of you guys have. We've had so many people commenting today. I'm really happy with Barbara from Italy and our regulars, Mike, Jennifer, Mark, Cheryl, all you guys who popped in. Juan popped in, which we're looking forward to Juan. Our new friend Juan, when we did a live Saturday Morning Cartoons live from SpaceCon down in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
We met Juan, and Juan was happy to know that the opportunity was there, like we normally do. If anybody who wants to be a guest on this show, if you have an idea of cartoons that you grew up with, without any doubt whatsoever, go ahead and you can drop us a line and say, hey, Mark, I got a few cartoons I grew up with I want to talk about. You're more than welcome to do that. Get your lists together. You can download your own clips. We preferably like to keep it under a minute, for a clip or so. But just come and join us. It was, in fact, a great show, Rose. So
thank you, Cheryl.
Proud of that. Yesterday's show with Jerome, based on
show. What a great show last night.
Great show as well. We're batting 1,000 here.
Thank you, Jennifer. You too.
Last night's show was fun because they were all shows we remembered as our kids.
Yeah.
We kind of remember, a lot of these shows until Rose decides to do one. It's like, what the hell? When did that come on? Where that? Mr. Who? Mr. Moon?
Rose has had a weird childhood. That's all I can say.
I'm convinced. Where we were eating Cocoa Puffs and give me some cereal names.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch and
Lucky
Alphabet,
Charms.
Lucky Charms,
Fruit Loops.
all the stuff that had a lot of sugar in it, Fruit Loops, and Rose was eating rocks. That's all. She had, no. We had Pebbles and Bam Bam. She really had Pebbles.
Lots of Farina, lots of cream of wheat.
Farina, oh my God. Hey, but I love cream of wheat.
My wife and daughter love cream of wheat.
Oh yeah,
it would. My mom would always get lumps in it. I couldn't stand the lumps. So.
I think I got a box of Farina from the 70s still in my cupboard.
Well, it's like the Twinkies. It's going to last as long as the cockroaches.
Wheatina, that's another one. Wheatina.
I know Wheatina. Yeah, anything that kind of drags the intestines as it works its way out. It's like unbelievable. But you guys, like I said before, if you want to join us, you want to be a part of this team, you want to be co-host. We're still looking for Joe. I know Joe has something planned. We'd love to have Mark Street back again. He always has some great stuff. Join us, drop us an email and say, hey, how do I get on this show? How do I be a guest on this show? We would just love to co-host this show. And yes, you are welcome. Juan is next, and we're going to have to schedule in a date for him next month.
And if you do come on, you have to be aware that we will insult you.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like, what the hell is this crap, man?
Exactly.
We said cartoons, not pages from Playboy. So stuff like that.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I know. I just changed my mind on that too. I forgot. What was I thinking? Stupid me. Anyway, So you guys need to do that. So thank you guys. We're going to go ahead and head on out for the night or for the evening until Rose's show comes up today. I have some stuff I need to take to the dump, like flatbed scanners, old printers, dot matrix.
I was going to say, you got a dot matrix printer in this somewhere, don't you?
You remember that? All the dot matrix stuff. That's it's absolutely. All right, guys. We'll see you next. We'll see you this evening. And then we'll see you next. Whose turn is it next week?
It's not
Girl,
mine.
boy,
I don't
girl.
think. No, wait a minute.
It's
It's gotta be
you,
mine. It's
Mark.
gotta be mine.
You,
Yeah,
Mark.
because I got
Mark.
that.
Wait a minute. You said we're having a guest star next week. Juan's next week.
No, Juan's next month.
Oh, next month. Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah,
next
we
week
haven't.
then.
Yeah, we haven't scheduled him. I got to have a conversation with him and look at his stuff.
Yeah, because after Mark is me, and I've got to start figuring out what I'm going to do for the show.
I always start thinking after my show what I'm doing next.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so I'm next week. So you guys come and see my show next week. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, entertaining you guys on behalf of Rose, Jerome, and myself. This has been Saturday Morning Cartoons. We will see you next weekend. Okay, ciao.